Okay, so I'm just going to talk about what happened and how I got on the trail of what I was doing for my hypnotic session. So, what happened was I was reading on my forum or my RTT group, and there was a lady who was having some sessions done because of money issues, money blocks. And that's where I'm at. And that's what I was going to have regression for, was wealth wiring. I've had a very difficult time my whole life asking people for money. If someone owes me something, it's real difficult for me to, in the past, to ask for it back or compensation, or people would take advantage of me, you know, say that they were gonna, hey, can you take me such and such place and I'll give you some money, but then they never do, and then I don't feel right asking, that's what I've been dealing with most of my life. If I have a job, it was very hard for me to sell something, even my own services, which I am a phenomenal instructor, fitness instructor. The things that I can teach is amazing, but I just never felt comfortable charging uh, what I was worth. Um, and I didn't know why. I thought it was just because I grew up not really having money, and so I just didn't know that I could have it, or I don't really know. I didn't know what it was. I mean, that was my problem. That's where hypnosis comes in. And so she had made a comment that it really wasn't about money, it was about receiving money, that she felt that she was able to receive money. And I'm like, yeah, that resonates with me. That sounds like something that I can relate to. I have a hard time receiving money. I have a hard time receiving gifts. I don't necessarily know how to respond when someone gives me a gift. I mean, I'm grateful and thankful and I love it. But for some reason, there was always some part of me that's like, now I know that it was feeling that I wasn't worthy. You're giving me this gift. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of you giving me this gift. And what I found with my regression was that uh, I was rejected by my father. I was not wanted. Uh, Many times in my life, it was proven when I was born, when I was little, when my mom and him got divorced, when he kidnapped me. He didn't really want me, he just wanted to hurt my mom. And then he did come for my graduation, which was nice, and I thought would build a new relationship. But then I was disappointed when I got pregnant and had my first child, and he never reached out. So all those different things showed me how I didn't feel worthy. That if my father, my own father, didn't love me, then I must not be worthy of being loved. I don't really get it because I had an amazing mom. Gosh, I mean, yeah, my mom loved me and still loves me so much. It's amazing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And that's why I never really thought about that being my issue. But as I was regressing and I was going through the hurt that I had, oh, air conditioner just came on, so you probably hear that. Uh, and I, I, I had a discussion with him in hypnosis, and he had no answers. He just, there was, yeah, he was just, he's not there. He doesn't exist. And that's what I had to come to terms with, was I didn't need him, nor do I want him in my life. I love that little child that he abandoned and didn't love. I love that little girl that he kidnapped and didn't really want. I love the mother who gave birth to an amazing daughter. I love her more than he could ever love her. So I took that little girl and I brought her home with me to this 51-year-old woman who's showing her so much more love than her father could have ever showed her. And that's the other thing. I felt really guilty because I never really considered him my father or my dad. He was just somebody who gave me life. And so during hypnosis, that's what I thanked him for, because he gave me life. And without him, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be able to experience what I'm experiencing. And I wouldn't have my wonderful, beautiful children that I absolutely love. And I wouldn't be able to spend amazing time with my mother and my husband. So I thanked him. Even though he caused me years and years and years of hurt, I thanked him for giving me life. And then I let him go. He's, he, I'm, I'm learning that the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. And I'm so indifferent to whether or not he exists. I have no idea if he's alive or dead or not, and it doesn't really matter. It's like any other person in the world. He gave me life. Thank you. Now, today, I've given myself freedom. Yes. I have given myself the freedom to know that I'm worthy. There is absolutely nothing that I am going to be held back from that I want in this life, because I'm worthy to have it. I'm worthy to experience it. I'm worthy to share it. Yes, yes, yes. It's amazing. So what happened for me is finding that I have value and that I value me. And when I value me, that I put a value on me, I am priceless. Yes, priceless. I am a work of art. I am unique. I am one of a kind. There is nobody that is like me. No one. And no one can be like me, because I am the only me there is. I'm worthy. I am valuable. I'm extraordinary. And I am going to live this amazing life to the fullest every moment. I no longer have to be held on, chained to, bound down the things in my past. I'm worthy to receive love. 22 years I've been with my husband. Oh yes, I love him. I love him and he loves me. He actually worships me. He kisses my feet every night, massages them before I go to bed. That's how he puts me to sleep. Today it's going to be different. It's going to be different now, because now I know I'm worthy of him doing it. I'm going to be able to receive the love that he gives me even more. And when my mom puts her arms around me and gives me a hug, oh, I'm going to receive that even more. I'm going to allow those who love me, I'm going to allow their love to really go in, because I finally get it. I finally get I'm worth it. I'm worth their love. I didn't know it. I didn't know that until I did my session. And now that I see it, it's so clear. And to my family, I'm so sorry I didn't let your love in. I'm so sorry. I mean, y'all love me, and I love you, and we have lots of love. And I cannot wait to see what changes are going to take place in my life now that I know that I'm worthy, now that I have value, and I always will. Oh, I'm looking out my hotel window right now at the beautiful sky and clouds. Thinking about, should I go out in the pool and just feel that warmth on my face and enjoy the day? See, today I feel like I'm born again. I'm new. How do I want to start my new life? Oh, do you know what freedom feels like? See, all these tears that keep coming, it seems like I've been crying for the last hour or so, is releasing. Because what we don't heal manifests itself in many different forms. I fought with a chronic illness, oh, wow, a long time, 23 years. And yes, last year I got my health back. And I've been living life to the fullest. Amazing. I love it. But I knew that at any moment, all that could disappear. Because it had in the past. I'd have times where I kind of say it's like going in remission with it. And then something would happen, the stress, and it would come back. But now that I've uncovered what had happened, I really see that the crying that I'm doing is helping me heal. It's allowing it to come out. I don't have to manifest it in my body in any physical shape anymore. The tears are really being released. And so if you can't cry about something and you hold it in, then another organ is going to cry for you. We get migraines, we get stomach issues, a lot of times stomach issues. Many different chronic ailments can be, I can't say necessarily cured, but a lot of the symptoms can go away when the emotional aspect of it is taken care of. So for me, the tears are welcome. I'm not a big crier. Well, I guess I think people would argue with me when it comes to America's Got Talent because I cry at that show all the time, or Grey's Anatomy. But other than that, I used to always just try to be so strong. And now as the different things I just talk about, I mean, like I said, it just starts happening for whatever reason. I'll talk about something and think about something else and the tears start happening. But what I know for sure right now is this stuff works. Yes, going to school for RTT, you have hopes. I mean, you're like, yeah, this is great. This is going to be amazing. And you see it work on other people. But until you do it and it works on you, wow. That's the word that keeps coming to my mind right now is wow, or exclamation, big exclamation points everywhere. Until you've experienced that change yourself and had that transformation, it's only understanding. It's only a little bit of knowledge. But once you have that knowledge in hypnosis, then it's life-changing. Yeah. Look out, world. Donnell has value. And I'm worth it.